SOP, statement of purpose or statement of intent, is the most important document if you are applying to schools outside India, whether for bachelor's or for master's programs, for almost all the master's programs, because this is the only document in front of the admission committee where you can actually showcase your skills, your creativity, your achievements, why you're suitable for this program. So that's what we are going to discuss in this video, how to craft a perfect SOP for almost all the programs, but definitely you need to do a little bit of tweak in some of the areas. So hi everyone, my name is Rohit Jha and I have a corporate experience of around 12 years, and through these videos I share my experiences and insights on a variety of career opportunities, global MBA, MIM programs, and lot on career guidance as well. So that's the reason you should subscribe to our channel, and more importantly, do press the bell icon button. So in this video, what I'm going to talk about is number one, 4 important or the critical elements of your SOP. Number 2, how to structure those 4 elements or the components of your SOP. And in the end, I'll also discuss an example where I'll give you an industry example how you can actually craft your SOP. So let's begin with the first and the most important part is the critical components of a SOP, statement of purpose. Number 1 is the long-term goals. So what they're looking for from you, they're not looking for your concrete plans that what exactly you're going to do in 10 years or 12 years or after 20 years, because that nobody knows. You definitely are very young right now, you explore in your career, but still they need a little bit of vision or a little bit of clarity, what exactly you want to do, where exactly you want to explore. Now it could be something like that, I want to become an entrepreneur, after maybe in the long term or maybe 8 to 10 years. That could be your long-term vision. You want to become a scholar, you want to get into the academia, so you want to do a PhD kind of a thing at a later stage. Or if you want to stay in the industry, you can talk about some specific industry. For example, I want to get into the top of the business operations. I want to aim the CEO positions or CMO or maybe the CEO positions, or specifically to domains as well. You want to enter into consulting, you want to lead teams and reach at the partner level, or maybe in financial services become the CFO kind of a thing. So again, this is just I would say not the concrete vision, but yes, a vision which is required where you want to explore your areas and interest which you have currently right now, plus obviously the program that you're going to pursue. So this is one thing which is very important for your SOP. You should always be very clear on the long-term vision part. Now after the long-term vision part, definitely they're looking for your short-term goals. Now here I would say be very specific when you talk about short-term goals, and you can be very specific, because when I say short-term goals, which means just right after the program, what you want to do in the next 3 to 5 years. So I'm 100% certain when you're planning for a program, so at least you can tell them in next 3 to 5 years where I want to go. Now for example, in the short term, you can explore anything. For example, right now you are a fresh candidate, or maybe you have a work experience of a year or 2 years in let's say some financial service industry, or maybe in marketing industry. Now post, let's say program, you're applying for MSc marketing. Now post MSc marketing, what you can tell them, that be very specific. I want to target the entry level roles in brand management, or maybe in digital marketing, digital transformation, and in the next 3 to 5 years you're going to work in that domain, right from mid to senior, the associate level, to maybe you want to reach to the mid to senior level roles in the next 3 to 5 years. And later on, of course, it should be well aligned with your long-term goal. So first, when you have decided your long-term goal, it becomes very easy to break it down to become frame your short-term goal. So your short-term goals should be very specific. And again, I'm saying that it's not that you need to be very certain. If you are sure, if you're 100% sure that this is what you want to do, definitely you should mention that. But if you think there is a slight element which you want to explore, for example, a career transition, if you have worked for a year only, now post your master's program, you might be interested in consulting because you think you have the right skills. So then play on those skills. I'll come to that in the next section. Talk about those skills and frame your short-term goals accordingly. So there is no harm, because many people say that there is no alignment in our career. If I have worked in marketing for a year, I should go only in marketing field. No, it's not like that. If you're certain, definitely do it. But if you're not certain, if you're going a normal MIM program, or if you're going for a specific MS program, then you can talk about these things. So be specific, but yes, there is a room to explore as well. That's what I'll say for the short-term goals. Now when you are done with your short term and the long term goals, the most important part is why this school? Because most of the schools, they are interested in this particular question. Why this country specifically, and why this school? Now there could be 100 reasons, right? When you have started your journey, or maybe when you have started your application process, you thought about, I want to move to Canada, I want to move to Ireland, I want to move to UK or Europe or any other country around the world. Or maybe you thought about in a different way. You thought about the program and then you choose the country. Now they just want to see the thought process, why exactly you're targeting this particular country, and specifically why this school. Now when you talk about these questions, why this school, always do a detailed research on the school and see, for example, if you're targeting the marketing program, see what kind of programs they're offering. Now for example, if they have a very specific program in strategic marketing which you are looking to do, then definitely that would be a great fit. Apart from that, talk about the school's other elements, what unique they have. So many schools, they offer, you know, a case-based learning approach. There are a lot of clubs and activities. There could be field trips, international exchange programs, social impact projects, and there could be like 100 things which schools offer. But when I say these 100 things which school they offer, so never write everything in your SOP. Because I've seen people, they're writing, yeah, school has the so many clubs and activities, I'll be a part of that. No, they're not looking for that. Obviously they offer all these things, but where you are excited about it. You know, I'll give you an example. For example, someone from a real estate industry, and there is a real estate club, you know, in the school, that could be a very good fit. Or if they don't have the club, you can go and start the club. So you can mention things like that I'm interested in doing this and I'm going to do this when I come to the school. So this is what they're looking for, a very good clarity in terms of choosing this particular school and or this particular country. So that's the third part which your SOP should consist of. Now the last part is why you are suitable. Now this part is very important, because here is the chance to shine, you know, talk about your life struggles, your challenges, your learnings, your achievements, and then why you are suitable for this program based on your background, maybe your academic history, your performances in at your workplace, could be anything which are very well aligned to your long-term and short-term goals. And that's why, you know, you think this program can actually bridge the gap and you will be well equipped with the skills which you are looking for. So always, you know, whenever you're writing why you, or this last part, so talk about the skills which you have and which you don't have, which this program is going to give you, and those skills should be aligned to your long-term and short-term goals. So that's why you need to think about the structures first, all the pieces, what you want to do, and thus after that, at the end, just, you know, combine all the pieces, just like a story. You need to tell a story to the committee, and the story should consist of all these elements. So these are the 4 important, or I would say in all SOPs you should cover all these things: long-term goals, short-term goals, then why school or the country, and then the last one is why you, your background, interest, achievements and goals in life. But now next question comes, how to actually craft this. So what I'll tell you, my idea also, you can definitely have your own idea of crafting your SOP, but I'll give you a basic structure. So first, start with your own story, always. So start with your background life, maybe something interesting or challenging which you have done in your life. Could be personal, could be professional, could be academic, you could be a gold medalist, you could be a national swimmer, you could have faced initial challenges in life which you think are unique, which has actually shaped you as an individual. So talk about things which are worth talking, which are related to your life. And if it says something about your character, so start a story like that, maybe a quick few lines, then talk about your achievements, academic achievements, some extracurriculars, and maybe at your workplace achievements. But be careful here. When I say talk about these achievements, you don't have to replicate your CV here, because it's just a one-page document where you need to cover everything. So it's like a couple of lines only which you would require for your story and achievement. So just touch on and highlight those and see what skills you have gained which might be relevant, for the program and for your long-term and short-term goals. So this is how you start. Talk about your experiences, your background, then switch it to your goals and interests. Now here is the transition you have to take. After you talk about your goals and interests, then move to the long-term goals. That should be the strategy. So after you talk about your experience, background, interest, goals, and then switching to the long-term goal, talk about your long-term goal quickly, could be 1 or 2 lines, and then make a transition to the short-term goal, because what you want to achieve in the long term, you need to do something in the short term to achieve that. So then make a transition to the short-term goals, and in the end talk about how now you have listed down your long-term, short-term goals, your background, interests, and achievements, why this school. Then talk about, of course, the schools, as I mentioned, the unique highlights of the school and why you are suitable. So always talk about some of the skills which you are going to bring it onto the table, which is unique. It could be a leadership experience, it could be an organizing events experience, it could be anything, like it could be a team-based experience where you have worked in teams in the past for a long time and you think you have the right skills, so you can be a good value or good asset to the school. So what they are also looking for is what you are going to bring into the table. So it's both ways. You are definitely going to get a lot from the school, but they also look for what value you are going to create. So specifically close this with the value. That should be the last part of your SOP. Now this is the complete process, the structure of an SOP for almost all the programs. So as I told you in the last, I will talk about an example. You pick up any example or anything. For example, you can take a route of consulting industry. For example, you can say you have long-term goal of becoming the managing partner or partner in any management consulting specifically. So for that, for your short-term goal could be you want to work in the consulting industry, maybe you want to enter into management consulting. You can always talk about the firms also. If you're targeting a couple of firms like Bain and Company or McKinsey, something like that, you can mention that I'm targeting these companies in the short run to learn the basic skills, to understand the complexities, and then to develop an expertise for my long-term goal. So this could be a short-term and a specific goal. Now definitely, why school? Then do check the school's background in consulting, employment records, and if they have something unique to offer in the consulting area, could be consulting clubs or could be a consulting study track, could be a field trip. If they have such things, do mention that in your SOP. That could be a very good alignment. And the last part, of course, as I told you, is why you talk about your skills, which of course I'm not saying you just need to align 100% that what you have done is very much relevant to consulting. You don't have to do that. They are very I would say experienced people. They understand all these things. So just talk about the skills and challenges what you have learned from your life, and pick a few of them. If you think they are very much relevant to your future goals also, then only mention that. For example, you could be a good problem solver in your life. Now, of course, you haven't solved management problems or the business problems, but maybe in your school and college life, you might have done some projects where you involved a lot of problem solving skills. So that could be a very good skill which is desirable in the consulting industry. So you can always talk about that this is what I have done in the past. From that I can say I have skill 1 could be problem solving, and number 2 it could be an effective communication, presentation, could be anything. But again, just don't Google these words and mention these skills. They already know all these things. What they're looking for is who you are. So at the end, I will say, whenever you're writing an SOP, be honest about it, and you need to do a lot of introspection. So pick up all your extracurricular activities, pick up all your academic performances, your workplace achievements, list down everything, extract the learnings, extract the challenges, extract your skills, what you have gained, then start your SOP. When you have everything, all the material ready with you, and then start the SOP, and then it will be a perfect SOP. In any case, if you need any help from our side, feel free to connect with us. And for this video, that's it. Do like, share and comment, and in the meantime, take care and bye bye.